everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Energy If You Know, You Know, the podcast that provides a platform for Gen Z workforce to share their unique perspectives, ideas, and aspirations as they shape the energy industry's future. I'm so excited to introduce to you today's guest, Lynn Ad-Din. Lynn started her journey in Beirut, Lebanon, where she graduated with a bachelor's in petroleum engineering, then went on and graduated from IFP in France with a degree in reservoir engineering, and is currently in Egypt as part of her graduate rotational program with Wintershall DA. Aileen, I'm so excited to have you here today and to hear more about your background.
Hey Saloma, thank you so much for having me on this podcast today. And I'm happy to be here, especially because this marks my very first podcast experience.
I'm
So
so
I'm looking forward to it.
excited. I'm excited that it's with Energy If You Know, You Know.
Yeah.
So, can you start by telling us a little bit about your background and your current role in the energy industry?
Sure. So I'm Lina Aladdin, as you mentioned, originally from Lebanon, and my journey into the energy industry has been a quite exciting one. It all began 2 years ago when I made the life-changing decision to follow my dreams and pursue a master's degree in reservoir geoscience and engineering at IFP school. Since then, my path has taken me across different countries, starting from France, Norway, Germany, and my current location, Egypt. And in January 2023, just after graduation, I embarked on a new chapter as a graduate reservoir engineer with Wintershall. It's been an exciting and incredible training on the job experience, and I'm really grateful for that.
That sounds amazing. Thank you so much. So, it seems like you graduated from your master's and you directly joined the workforce. So, how important was company culture to you when considering a job in the energy sector? And what aspects of the company's culture were most appealing to you?
Mm. Thank you for this question. I think many young graduates now will resonate with this question. And I think that company culture is a top priority when evaluating potential employers in the energy sector, especially with all of these challenges that our industry is facing. It's important to belong to a company that has a clear goal and is actually working towards it. And personally, I thrive in flexible, caring, supportive environments that embrace learning from mistakes and see diversity as a strength. And I am particularly drawn to companies that encourage more women in the workforce, in addition to investing in the education of young graduates, just like this graduate program that I'm part of now. And I believe that joining a company with values that are aligning with my values is key to my professional growth and satisfaction, especially when taking into account my mental well-being, when waking up in the morning and to contributing to this company's goals, you know.
That's very enlightening, I would say. Um, thank you for sharing that. It is very important to want to wake up to contribute to a company's goals for sure and make sure that they align to yours.
Mhm.
Let's go back a bit, and I'd like to hear more about your graduate experience before entering the workforce. We mentioned in our call before that before being accepted into IFP, you faced many hardships. However, you persevered and achieved your goal in joining. I want you to share what lessons did this experience teach you, and what advice do you have for those currently facing similar challenges?
Mm, Thank you for bringing up this question. This is actually my personal story, and I'm always passionate about sharing it so that others can learn from it and be inspired. And just a quick recap for those listening. In 2020, I was admitted to IFP school, and unfortunately, I couldn't secure a sponsor. But on the same day, literally on the same day, when I found out that I cannot attend IFP school, I was accepted into an internship position at a startup in Lebanon. And this startup was dealing with providing digital engineering services, which is actually the booming industry now. And after finishing the 6 month internship, I was offered a full time employment at this company, and I gladly accepted it. But on the other hand, I didn't ignore or forget about my goal or dream and passion. And I applied again to IFE school. And this time, the good news were out, and I was offered a sponsorship from Equinor, including an internship in Norway. And this was something just like was the dream thing that someone going into IFA school can have. You know, like it's sponsorship plus an internship, which will allow you to apply the theoretical skills into practical internship experience. So I can take 3 lessons from this experience. The first one is to never say no to an opportunity of growth. The internship I did at the startup in Lebanon was an added value to my CV and even my LinkedIn profile.
Mm-hmm.
And because of this internship, and because of including digital related keywords in my LinkedIn profile and my CV,
Mm-hmm.
I was reached out by several companies and was offered several opportunities in the digital engineering world. But of course, I had another plan, which is contributing to the energy industry
Mm-hmm.
as a reservoir engineer, technically. So, but the moral of the story is that any opportunity which is offered to you, it can really bring an added value to you. Okay, so don't say no to opportunities of growth. Another thing I can share is that when there's a will, there's a way. When you have a goal in mind and you work hard for it, even if you don't have the result like instantly, you will have it eventually
Mm-hmm.
because you are working towards it with passion. But it's more the most important thing is to never give up.
Mm-hmm.
And thirdly, I can say that be grateful no matter what the circumstances are, the good and the bad. Be grateful for everything. And even if you, even if life didn't offer you what you were planning for, be patient because with time, once you reflect back on this journey and look how far you have come, you will notice why everything happened. And you will notice that timing is like everything in this life. Everything happens for a reason, and it's appointed time at its appointed time. So be patient because everything will be clear. And just to make it more relatable to my journey, after actually traveling from Lebanon to France, I reflected back and I was so thankful that the first time I applied to IF school didn't work out because this time, this year, it was the peak of COVID-19. All of the master's program was like virtual classes, some canceled field trips, virtual events, and this is not the master's experience that I was looking for. And thankfully, just like when I traveled to IF school, and after a few months, the rules to remove the masks was
Mm-hmm.
like cancelled. We did all of our field trips. I traveled to Norway, and I did all the events in person. And I actually did what I really wanted to do, like to live this master's experience from all of its aspects. So I'm really thankful for that.
Lena, I just want to thank you so much for sharing that story. I think it's gonna and it will resonate with a lot of us because it just highlights the significance of perseverance, um, timing, how timing plays a role in our career paths and in our lives, and just trusting that
Mm,
and you'll be on your way. That not
exactly.
joining IFP during COVID and then joining it's all very resonating, and thank you for sharing. Now, jumping a bit, I want to ask you about your how you coped from moving from Lebanon to France, very different culture. I want to see and understand from you how you established a new routine with a different culture, and what are some things that helped you keep going then that you still practice now?
Mm. Okay, so in my nature and as a part of my personality is that I really like traveling and discovering new places, cultures, environments. So, and I really like adventures, uh, not every type of adventure, but the traveling adventure. And yeah, so whenever I had to relocate from one place to another, not only from Lebanon to France, but also from France to Norway, from Norway to Germany, from Germany to Egypt, which are really like contrasting environments
Yeah,
in the end.
absolutely.
I did it with all passion, really. I can say that I used to pack with, with happiness, but at the same time, I have this part of me which gets attached to places,
Mhm.
especially when I spend more than like 5 months in a place. I feel attached, but in the end, this is the result of a decision that I took, and I'm someone who's like responsible for every decision that I take.
Mm.
So this is the
Hold
decision
yourself
that I took two
accountable.
years ago.
Yeah,
Then let me go till the end of this journey, because actually this is what I really want to do, and actually this is one of the key skills that I share about myself, is like having this flexibility in geographical mobility, and
yeah.
I have it on my CV actually. So it's something that I really want.
Okay.
So I'm thankful for relocating from one place to
Mm.
another. And of course, I cannot finish this question without mentioning the support that I received from my family and close friends.
Okay.
This small circle of friends, and even my my LinkedIn family, by the way. Once I started sharing my journey there, and I sometimes shared like the downs, not only the ups. So their support was also very meaningful to my journey.
That's great. We'll get to your LinkedIn family in a bit, but
Mhm.
um that's great. So having a good support and you being open, this is what you want. Being open to explore different cultures and growing from that. So thank you for sharing. Now, something that I didn't, or you didn't highlight is that you graduated from a country with no energy prospects as of now and
Mm.
believed in yourself and worked very hard to get to where you are today. From your experiences, what skills or qualities helped you stay focused, stay motivated, and get to where you are today?
Mm. Okay, I think that many like Lebanese students now will resonate with this question, and I really hope that each one of them achieve their goals at the end of the tunnel. But I can say that being proactive and preparing a strong application in advance is very important. Okay, but first, I forgot to mention this. First, please define your goal. Once I was about to finish my bachelor's degree, I started defining my goal. What do I want? Uh, what um, what degree do I think of pursuing after this bachelor's? After studying petroleum engineering, which is some like a wide major. So define your goal and
I like
be
that.
proactive.
Define your goal and be proactive to chase
Yes,
your goal.
yes, be proactive, because in the end, if you will go and try to apply for universities, for example, and the applications are already closed out, for example, the deadline has already passed, um,
That's
you will
on you
start
then.
blaming yourself.
Yeah,
You will
yeah.
start blaming yourself. Oh, why didn't I apply very early? So please be proactive and start preparing early on in advance. Like I also shared this on my LinkedIn profile once, that once you have the goal of pursuing a master's degree, start early on, and there are several steps that you need to follow, like research the universities and tailor your CV and application to this university, for example. And I really put all the effort in that, and I only had like IFP school as a goal. My goal was joining IFP school in France to pursue this program. So I did an extensive research about the school. I connected with the different alumni and asked about their experience. What tips can they give me for acing the interviews? And of course, nothing was without the determination and hard work,
Mm-hmm.
and being supported by the right people. And your close circle is very important, especially your family in the same house,
Mm-hmm.
because they are the ones who are in constant communication with you, like following up with you. What did you do with your master's application, for example? And please always think about having a circle of quality, not quantity, because not everyone like in
Rooting
your
for you.
surroundings will be the right person to push you to be your best person, you know?
Right.
And I can say that be grateful, be grateful, because being grateful will allow you to put all the hard work to apply for anything that you want to do. And no matter what the result is, being grateful will keep this fire in you, the
Mm-hmm.
fire of growing and applying and being patient as well. So yeah, it's a combination of these
Absolutely. Something
things.
that stood out for me was defining your goals. I think
Mm,
that is something, thank you for sharing that. Once you've defined a goal, it's easier to chase and go towards that and be proactive towards that. And
exactly,
yeah, so thank you for sharing
exactly.
that. Now, jumping gears, you mentioned LinkedIn a lot and you mentioned your LinkedIn family. Um, we connected through LinkedIn, and that's how we're here today. You have a very good presence there, and a lot of our listeners might already recognize you from there. I want to ask, how did you get started, and what was your intention?
Mm. Um, my intention changed throughout the years. So I started 4 years ago on LinkedIn with a simple intention of sharing milestones in my academic life because I was a
Mhm.
student back then, undergraduate student. Okay, and with COVID, the Beirut blast, not being admitted to IFP school in the first time, and the economic crisis that Lebanon is still passing through, I shifted my intention. And once I became an expat, like I left Lebanon to join the IFP school master's program, I decided that I will dedicate my LinkedIn page in order to share my journey with other young graduates, especially sharing the not only the ups but also the downs of this journey, especially having self-doubt when you are alone and being mentally drained, especially when like studying for exams, when searching for a job, and being away from family and the home. I wanted to share this on my LinkedIn profile because I know that many people pass through the same experience, but they think that they are alone. So my goal was to remind everyone that they are not alone in this journey. And it really makes my day that whenever I share a LinkedIn post, for example, I receive some private messages from people who are experiencing the same thing. And they tell me that just one post can make their day to know that they are not alone, to know that someone else passed through the same challenges. But okay, life, like when we have that determination, life can be good in the end, you know?
Yeah,
So, um, and just recently, after uh, I think that after joining Equinor for the internship and now the graduate program, I also included now sharing job open positions in
mm-hmm.
the different companies because I know that many people don't just do the effort and go search for jobs on the website.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So maybe just sharing one open position on my LinkedIn profile can be beneficial to someone one day. So why not do it? Why not do it? Especially that I know how to do it. You know how to do the career search.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
yeah,
so it seems like it did shift throughout the years,
yes,
and I like that you kind of it was like a journal for you, a way you can express yourself, and people
exactly.
resonated with you. So that's great. Now, now, something that I admire from you personally is that through everyone's busy schedule, building a network seems like a lot of work and requires ongoing effort to follow up with, communicate, so on and so forth. How do you stay organized and maintain an online presence as well as relationships with your connections while balancing your day-to-day work, personal life, etc.?
Mm-mm. Well, um, like once I started posting on LinkedIn and changing this shifting the intention throughout time, I also define the time that I will spend on LinkedIn, like for
Mhm.
sharing, in order to have like the optimal time management of my life between
Mhm.
work, personal life, and even LinkedIn and like posting there. So some of the content is planned, but some
Mhm.
of the other content are like on the spot. Sometimes I just have some on the spot thoughts that I really want to share with the people, especially if they are thoughts like regarding mental health. Mainly posts about mental health, they are on the spot because like the posts that I share on LinkedIn are not only for people, they are also for myself to remind myself, because I also need reminders that
Mhm.
be kind to yourself, don't be harsh on yourself. And of course, I act upon this principle that I don't be harsh on myself, especially when I plan to post a post, for example, and the day doesn't go as planned. So I tend to postpone this post, you
Okay.
know. So, of course, I have boundaries. But of course, I also prioritize responding to the messages on my LinkedIn profile.
Mhm.
I mainly do it on the weekend, during the weekend, but if there's anything which is urgent, I tend to do it end of business day. And yeah, but I want everybody not to think that LinkedIn content creators like it's an life full of rainbows, for example. No, it can be draining sometimes,
Okay.
especially when you are facing writer's block, and especially when you are facing like personal challenges and you just don't have the ability to write. And yeah, so
It's a
but
little. Mhm.
most importantly, consistency is key in everything,
Okay.
especially in LinkedIn writing, in LinkedIn content creation. You need to be consistent.
Okay.
So yeah,
Very good.
even even if not posting, I make sure to engage with other people. You know, like by liking or commenting on someone's post, for example, sharing a post.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just consistent engagement in posts, or if not in posts, in engagement with other posts. So that's
yeah,
really good. That's really good. And I like that you're not rigid, you're flexible, and it's very personal. You have your boundaries when you
of
can
course.
post, when you can't post, but most of the time you stay consistent no matter what.
Yes.
Um, we're coming to a close end before our fire questions. I wanted to ask, what are some actionable steps that young professionals can take today to start improving their LinkedIn presence and networking skills in the preparation for a career in the energy industry?
Mm. Okay, so it's not only about LinkedIn. I'll just like
Okay.
address some skills that will help them in general. Okay,
Sure.
so first things first, optimize your CV. Put on that effort in optimizing your CV and seek guidance and do some research about it. For example, for me, when I did my CV, I asked for help from my professional advisor at IFE school. And because of her help, I can send her like some shout out, Carla Castillo. Thank you so much for believing in me. Yeah. And seek out guidance and put that effort into optimizing your CV and tailoring it to the specific job that you are applying to.
Hmm.
It's really game changing when the HR can see a tailored CV and a well organized, well written CV.
Hmm.
Second, I can say that, of course, optimize your LinkedIn profile. I think it's very clear now that a LinkedIn profile is the extension, of a CV.
Hmm.
And recruiters are actually looking at a candidate's LinkedIn profile, so they need to be updated, well written, um, have an extensive network,
Hmm.
connect with people, connect with industry professionals, alumni, even seek mentorship from people
Okay.
on LinkedIn. and attend conferences and exhibitions because this will help you a lot in networking and really attending an exhibition and connecting with professionals with more than 30 years of experience. It's something that it's really worth it. You know, it's really worth it, and people can really remember you from one meeting in an exhibition or a conference. Also participate in student competitions. Student competitions will allow you to improve your soft skills and even your technical skills
Mm-hmm.
and your teamwork skills as well. And volunteer in professional societies like SPE, AGE, AAPG. And don't say no to company visits or field trips to career fairs. All of these will be an added value to your CV and personal growth. And please don't stay in your comfort zone because if you stay in your comfort zone, the growth will be very limited. Go out of your comfort zone, challenge yourself, and trust the process and keep going.
All right, that's great. Those are great ways to segue into our fire questions. So, to end this podcast, Lean, thank you so much for those words of encouragement. To end this podcast, I have a series of 5 rapid questions that are structured this or that. And I'll need you to answer either or. Okay? So tell me when you're ready.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
ready.
all right, number 1, personal branding on LinkedIn or showcasing your skills and accomplishments?
Can't I do both?
You want to elaborate? I'll let you elaborate a bit.
Yeah, I think both.
Okay.
Personally, I would do both. I would really like to showcase my accomplishments, but at the same time have my own personal brand, which
Okay.
Lean is known for. You know, I think both of like they complement each
Complement
other
each
for
other.
me. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right, good. All right. I'll take that. Quick responses or thoughtful, well-considered answers?
Thoughtful, well-considered answers. Definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
Instant gratification or long-term career planning?
Long-term career planning.
All right.
Yes.
Short and concise resume or detailed and comprehensive resume?
Short and concise resume.
Okay.
Yes. And this is a great, by the way, a great opportunity to tell young graduates that having a short, concise resume, okay, which is to the point, straight to the point, um, like it's your first ticket to be invited for an interview. And in the interview, you will be able to
Elaborate.
elaborate on everything. Yes, because an HR is looking at
So many.
many CVs
Mm-hmm.
for one job application. So imagine the effort that they will have to put into reading a CV.
Okay. That's good. Last one. Texting or email for professional communication?
You mean like company-wise when I'm
Professional,
with
yeah,
my colleagues?
a professional communication would how if you say you had the phone number of that professional, you text them or would you email them? It's a professional
I think email.
email. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's it. Those are the rapid questions. I hope they weren't too fired for you.
No, they were good.
They were good. Um, any last words of advice or encouragement for Generation Z individuals who are considering the energy industry?
Yeah, I know that they are feeling that this, like getting into this industry is challenging, but please be patient, work hard, and don't lose hope. And as everything that I mentioned before, I think that um, working on your CV, LinkedIn, attending conferences, exhibitions, connecting with professionals, all of this will allow you to reach the place where you want to be. So
Mhm.
please don't underestimate it. And yeah,
All right. Thank you. So this has been a great pleasure, Lean. If you want to keep up with Lean and her adventures, and be inspired with her tips, please connect with her on LinkedIn and mention that you heard the podcast in the connection. Her profile will be linked in the show notes. Thank you so much, Leon. It has been a great pleasure.
Thank you,
See ya.
Saloma. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.